There it is. That's Mileena. That's Mileena.
Oh my gosh, she's finally here, guys.
Mileena is back. Mileena is back. Wow.
Mileena! Mileena fans, I hope you're happy.
An amazing new design joins the Underdog store, so get yourself an amazing shirt today. Every purchase supports the channel and you look fantastic while doing it. How's it going, everyone? My name is True Underdog and the mad lads at NetherRealm actually did it. They finally gave us two fan favorite characters that have been requested for a very long time. Just when nearly every rational person had given up hope, myself included, we get Mileena. And at first I didn't like the outfit, but you know what? It's really starting to grow on me, except for the mask, but I imagine we can customize that. So in today's video, there's a lot of stuff to cover. I want to do a trailer breakdown. First of all, I sadly can't give you my genuine reaction because it aired when I was at work. And of course, I knew there was no way to avoid spoilers the entire day, so I thought I'd just bite the bullet and watch the video, and it was a fun trailer. Although I won't lie, the entire time I was worried they would just kill Mileena as a joke and then replace her with somebody else, so until the trailer was done, I did not know for sure if Mileena would be in the game. But thankfully we have screenshots now, so we know for a fact that she is playable in the game, and we're going to talk about those too. The screenshots are number 2. And then finally, for number 3, to end the video, we're going to talk about the bios and also maybe speculate about what the gear pieces will be. So look forward to all of that and more. First up, a trailer breakdown. Because even though we don't get any gameplay, keep in mind that way back when Mortal Kombat 11 was first revealed, a lot of those attacks you see between Raiden and Scorpion actually made it into the game. So with that in mind, let's look at all the stuff that Rain, Mileena, and Rambo do in this trailer. So for starters, Mileena flips over onto Rain's back and then takes a big chomp out of his neck. This could be a combo string, it could be a special move, it could be a command grab. That would be sick. Because not only do I love command grabs, but I don't think Mileena's ever had one, at least not in the NetherRealm games. However, outside of that big chomp, we don't see anything else too notable from Mileena. Whereas with Rain, we do see him teleport 2 different times, and that's interesting. We know for a fact Rain is going to teleport. However, I'm not sure his teleport will be the same as it was in the past games like MK9. Because after he gets nommed on by Mileena, he just phases away, and this teleport reminded me a lot of Freddy Krueger in MK9. So I'm wondering if Rain will have a teleport like that, where he goes forward and backwards, kind of similar to Smoke actually. Smoke was doing that before Freddy Krueger. So that has me wondering if that's how Rain is going to teleport and not just travel behind you like Raiden does. And of course, Rain has an awesome new weapon as well, which he has never had in the past games to my knowledge. And it's honestly a very creative weapon. I did not see it coming. I did not think Rain would have a weapon, and if he did, I thought he would just make it out of water like how Sub-Zero makes ice weapons. But instead he has a transforming Wolverine claw kind of weapon. You know what? It kind of reminds me of Voldo. And while that weapon does look good, by far the coolest thing Rain does in this trailer is that backflip spinning kick. That's amazing. I really hope that's a string or a special move or something. I want to pull that off in game. That was flashy. Or who knows, that could be the new version of his super kick, because I think moves that are already in the game with these characters, like Mileena's teleport kick, are going to be different when these characters actually use them. So once again, I think Rain's super kick might look entirely different than when Shang Tsung does it. And I also think Mileena's teleport is going to be entirely different, and she may not even have a teleport kick. It may be an entirely different kind of teleport attack. And then of course the trailer ends with Rambo showing up and firing his gun, so we know for a fact he's going to use that machine gun during gameplay. Oh boy, I can't wait for more gun characters. Though at the very least, I feel like if you're a Stryker fan, then Rambo is right up your alley. He's gonna play just like Stryker. I know you would have preferred Stryker, but for now, Rambo is your Stryker. Especially since I can guarantee that guy's gonna throw grenades as well. And that's about it for my short trailer breakdown, so next up, let's have a look at these screenshots from Ed Boon. Alright, so first up, we have Mileena just straight up stealing your girl katana. Don't let her do your boy like that. Look at this tongue though. My goodness, just one more reason to love Mileena. That's gonna come in handy in the bedroom. All joking aside though, as you can see, Mileena no longer has her lips from MKX, though I wouldn't be surprised if you could customize her mouth. And I'm not saying that her chompers are gonna be a different gear piece. I think they're gonna be combined with the mask as one solid gear piece. So in other words, you have the option for a bunch of different masks, or you can customize her teeth and show the mouth the entire match. And for me personally, I love showing off the teeth unless they give us the veil. Like from Deception, I want a veil on Mileena. That's my favorite mask. And honestly, the mask that Mileena wears in the trailer is the only thing I don't like about her new design. I do not like the generic mask they gave her, but I do hope we have a veil, and we can also just choose to not wear the mask, I imagine. And real quick, a fun fact, if you zoom in really close, there are tons of tiny details on this tongue. It in fact looks like a cat tongue with tiny little claws on it. I don't know what you call those. claws. I think they're made of keratin, just like your fingernails and your hair, but I'm not sure. The point is, cats have tiny little claws like this on their tongues, and so does Mileena to lick the meat off. Oh, and before we move on to the next image, this could be a fatality. I think that's the most likely option, judging by the lighting, but it could also be an outro. How interesting would that be if her outro has her picking up the person she defeats? I honestly do think that's very likely as well, for her to like pick up the enemy and then lick them. By the way, did anyone play the Spider-Man PS1 game? Because Venom had a boss fight where he licks you. Anyway, I'm digressing. This gives me that kind of vibe. She licks her opponents. My girl Mileena is straight up tasting victory. But then next up we have my favorite image. So this one I do not think is a fatality, judging by the blood. It's not as detailed, and judging by the angle and all that good stuff, I think this might actually be one of her special moves. And seeing as how Mileena takes the time to pose after she lands it, I imagine it's a parry or a command grab or something of that nature. And also, one thing worth noting, Mileena does in fact use both sides. So unfortunately, we didn't get what I wanted, which is she has a fan and a side, just like Mileena, so they're both stealing weapons. That would have been really cute, but instead she has her good old-fashioned size. And I'm sure that we all already know this by now, but the size are definitely going to be one of the gear pieces you can customize. And next up we have Rain. Look at this new attack. I've never seen anything like this in past Mortal Kombat games with Rain. From what I can tell, he is combining his lightning powers with his new weapon and just straight up extending his reach with that. That seems amazing. Not to mention I love all the cloth he has flying off of him. That's amazing. All these flowing little fabric bits. That's gonna look really good in motion. And it's also worth noting this Scarlet outfit is definitely inspired by the comics. I know they gave it a different name like Time Traveler or something like that, but trust me, this is straight out of the Mortal Kombat X comics. Yes, there have been some minor touch-ups and changes here and there, but it's definitely from the comics, trust me. And then we have this screenshot. My goodness, so now that I look at this, does Rain kind of look like Super? It must be the eyebrows. His eyebrows remind me a lot of Super. That's crazy. It looks like him to me. Now, of course, this image is most likely a fatality. It could also be an intro for sure, but I think it's going to be a fatality. I'm not sure how he pulls your eyeballs out of your head with water, but I can't wait to see it. All of that aside, you have to respect the drip on Rain, don't you? The guy's never looked more overly rich before. I kind of hope he has an outfit that's the opposite of this, where it's like a pure warrior, because as we'll see later on, he spent a lot of time in the Edenian army just fighting as a soldier, so I want a regular soldier outfit as well, like an Edenian uniform. That'd be sick. And that's it for the screenshot, so now it's time to talk about the lore. So I'm gonna go ahead and summarize here. So it turns out that Mileena is not a clone who survived the events of MKX. Instead, she is straight up working for Kronika, or at the very least, Kronika has brought her through time to help her out in this fight. So unfortunately, all those fun theories about how the clone was killed and Mileena actually lived, all of that seems to go out the window. This is the original Mileena, it's not a clone, and the original Mileena did in fact die at the hands of D'Vorah. And honestly, that makes a lot of sense because this outfit is definitely very inspired by her Mortal Kombat X Conum outfit. It almost looks identical aside from some colors and minor tweaks here and there. Now thankfully, I'm just happy there's no retcons. Nothing has been changed about Mileena. She has not been given the Sindel treatment or even the Aaron Black treatment. Everything is the same for her, and I'm happy about that. And next up we have Rain. I do not like this mask. I am so happy they picked a different one for the trailer. Once again, to summarize briefly, this bio talks about how Rain was actually a soldier who worked his way up the ranks very quickly because he had water powers that let him cheat. And then once he got a higher rank, he learned the truth about his origins, which is that he is a, let's say, forgotten son of Argus. Basically, Argus played hanky-panky, didn't pay child support, left the mom behind, that kind of stuff, and then he got Rain. And as a result, Rain himself is pretty upset, and he's not even fighting for Edenia, he's fighting to give himself a special rank in the Edenian pantheon. So he expects more of himself because he learned that he's royalty. Essentially, Rain has a really big ego, and now it's been inflated even more because he knows he is special after all. And then finally we have Rambo, and his description is pretty much the exact same as the films, and it doesn't actually explain why he's in Mortal Kombat 11, which is interesting, because even Freddy Krueger had a reason why he was in the MK universe and why he had 2 gloves instead of 1, but Rambo just seems to be a straight up guest character. There's no real explanation for how he got here. And oddly enough, you likely noticed earlier there weren't any in-game screenshots of Rambo, so it could be they're still working on him or they're waiting until later to post his screenshots, but as of right now, no gameplay yet for Rambo. And that's about it for the video, everybody. I'm super excited to see Mileena at the center of Kombat Pack 2. I love seeing her on this promotional image, and she's even on the box art cover. Yes! As you all know, I'm a big Mileena fan, but I'm also very excited for every other DLC character coming out for Kombat Pack 2. So leave a like down below if you're excited as well, and also post a comment on your thoughts about Kombat Pack 2. And then keep that combo going by suplexing that subscribe button. That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.